go back to your Google Drive and open the folder where you want to create the quiz. In order to create a quiz, you click on Create, and then you go down to this icon called Forum. Within the forum, there's a few pretty important features that we can identify in order to create a student quiz. First, I like to number my quizzes so that I can keep them in order. So I'm going to call this number 1 quiz, and this is going to be called teacher training. A few things that you can do now. In the first question, I would often ask students to enter your name and click on this box here that says make this a required question, and then you can hit done. For question number 2, you go over here, you click on this pencil to edit, and what you should do is put in, enter your email address. And again, make this a required question and hit done. After that, you can go up here and click add item. There's a lot of different possibilities that we can go to or that we can use on this. If you have somebody and you want them to type in a multiple choice question, again, I would put a number here. I would put question number 1, and let's say we enter in the question, what Google Doc do I use to create a quiz? Now we can enter our possible answers. So we could say document, presentation, spreadsheet, or form. Again, once you've typed in your answers, click done. You don't need to make the required questions, because if students don't answer it, they can't get the credit for it. Let's add a few more questions. Another type that's pretty good is a checkbox. If we put a checkbox question in here, this is something that we might say has multiple sources. So what program could I use to upload teacher training videos? And if you have checkboxes, it means that there could be more than one option. Maybe we want to say, okay, YouTube, TeacherTube, VO, or the New York Times website. And again, click done. Let's say we want to add a third question. Now the third question can be a little tricky. Let's say you want to add a question that's got a bit more of an open answer to it. The text question is only really good to use if there's an exact answer and everybody knows how to answer it. It's good for numbers, but it's not always good for text, and I'll give you a clear example here. So let's say our third question is, who sang the song Rock Me Amadeus? So you can also give a hint like capitalize the name of the band. And hit done. Now, once you've finished your quiz, a nice thing you can do is go to the theme of the quiz. Once the themes have loaded, you can see that there's quite a variety to pick from. In my experience, I found that themes like this, that have a really dark black background, are actually a little difficult, especially if you want to project them in the room later on for the students to look at. So I would really avoid some of these darker background screens. One of the things you can do, though, is once you find a forum, a theme that you like, you can click on that theme, and it's going to show you basically what your quiz would look like using that theme. Preview the quiz and hit apply, and then that theme is now on the quiz. The next thing you can do is click on this button here that says more actions, and you want to embed your quiz. Now, one of the easiest ways I've found to do this, and I'm sure there's better ways to do it, is to copy this link and just cancel back out of there. And then go back to your website, click on the edit button, and then this is creating an online quiz. So I'm going to highlight that. I'm going to enter my hyperlink, so go to the web address, paste in the link, but now I've got all this extra information that I need to delete out of here. So I'm going to select everything that's outside of this quotation mark and just delete everything from there. And then I'm going to go back to the beginning and delete everything in front of the web address. And now I just have this web link. This might take a little bit of awareness as to what you need to delete, but I'm sure you can figure it out after trying it a few times. Again, I want to open this in a new window so students are not taken away from the website completely, and click OK. Now I can hit save, and then I can click on my quiz, and I can see my quiz pop up right away. So I've got my teacher training quiz. The first thing I'm going to do is enter an answer key. And I can put in my email address. Now what I want to do is go through here and type out the answers of what the quiz actually is. And then finally you can hit submit. Now this is going to bring you to this page that says your response has been recorded. Students should make sure that they see this when they are taking their quizzes. Now once you've closed everything, you can go back to Google Docs and you can easily get back into this. So I'm going to go back to my teacher training folder, and you can see where this quiz has now been saved. So I can click on the quiz, and you're not going to come to the forum, you're going to come to a spreadsheet. This spreadsheet is where all of the student answers are going to be uploaded. There's a few things that are important here. If you want to go back and edit your quiz, you can click on forum and click edit forum, and it will bring you back exactly to where you were before. So you can go into these questions, you can click the edit button. If you realize that something was a mistake or you typed something wrong, you can always go back and it will change everything, and you don't have to re-embed or do anything else. And then it should save it for you automatically. The other important thing that you're going to see in a little bit is that under this insert tab, you're going to want to see this idea here of what a script is. And we're going to come up to that in a little bit when we talk about grading your quizzes. If you want to see what a completed quiz looks like, if I go into one of my classes and I can see where I've had students take a quiz, and within this quiz, once you have a completed quiz, you're going to see all of this information entered in here, including the questions and the answers. And again, for a really quick grading feature, you're going to learn that we can enter a script called Flubaroo. And Flubaroo is going to help us to grade each of these assignments and email our grades out to our students.